After Jennifer Lopez was dragged into the Diddy lawsuit over allegedly being the gun mule in a 1999 nightclub shooting where Diddy and J-Lo allegedly made a rapper named Shine take the fall and spend 10 years in prison for them, people have started digging into her past and it raises some questions.
That immediately, the moment she opened her mouth, you could see that Combs was listening intently to everything that she has to say, as well as those jurors.
For years, Jennifer Lopez, better known as J-Lo, has dazzled the world with her red carpet elegance, chart-topping hits, and movie star allure. But now, beneath the glossy image of Jenny from the block, a darker narrative is emerging. One filled with shocking allegations, federal investigations, and a potential collapse of everything she's built. It all started with Cassie Ventura. Cassie, Diddy's longtime former girlfriend.
She joins us now, sharing her story. Natanya, thank you so much for being with us. I can't imagine what you've been through since 1999 and then all the emotions that must be coming up over the last couple of days.
Law enforcement sources are expecting the feds to widen the Diddy probe to include previous criminal investigations. Now, we know Diddy was criminally investigated regarding that shooting in New York, but I didn't realize the extent of J-Lo's involvement.
Recently delivered gut-wrenching testimony in court, describing years of control, abuse, and trauma at the hands of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. What began as emotional, tear-filled statements about being forced to carry a loaded weapon and attend grotesque, degrading, freak-off parties quickly snowballed into something far more explosive. Not only was Cassie's testimony horrifying, it was also naming names.
The stand, at times she became visibly upset, wiping away tears as she gave her evidence.
As we talked about in the first part, there seems to be some misinformation or misunderstanding of what really went down in that trial, what was said, what people were blamed for, what they were not. I'd love to hear your perspective and specifically kind of what you wish people understood about that trial that maybe they don't at this time.
I mean, even from the very day that the took place, because if you notice their mugshots, only Shine truly has a mugshot. Puffy and J-Lo, Puffy's in front of a concrete wall, J-Lo is in front of a bulletin board in some old t-shirts. Now, I want everyone to think that was the night of the shooting. You don't think at Christmas time, Puffy and J-Lo went out in some old raggedy t-shirts, right? No, there was already an agenda afoot to conceal what they had on, to try to sway the minds of people, to throw your memory off, but they couldn't throw my memory.
And one of the names now circulating in the courtroom and social media echo chambers is Jennifer Lopez. Cassie claimed Diddy handed her a gun before entering a nightclub in Los Angeles. This wasn't a one-time thing. Her description suggested a pattern, one where Diddy used the women closest to him as pawns, or more specifically, as tools to do his dirty work. And it didn't stop there. She testified about being beaten, isolated, emotionally broken.
But I gotta ask you, right? I seen
and manipulated into participating in violent and voyeuristic sexual encounters, many of which were filmed or orchestrated with military precision by Diddy himself. But the true bombshell came when Cassie's lawyers and other parties began drawing parallels between Cassie's present and J-Lo's past. Back in 1999, long before Cassie's entrance into the bad boy empire, J-Lo and Diddy were the reigning power couple of the music world. Their relationship was glitzy,
anybody that was had love for Sean,
headline grabbing, and as it turns out, potentially criminal. That year, Diddy and J-Lo were at the center of a nightclub shooting in New York City. 3 people were shot. 1 woman was hit in the face. And somehow, it was rapper Shine who ended up taking the fall, serving 10 years in prison for an incident that many now believe was orchestrated to protect both Diddy and J-Lo. According to recent court claims and testimonies, J-Lo wasn't just a bystander that night. She may have been the one who smuggled the gun into the club for Diddy. Even more damning, multiple insiders allege she was involved in efforts to shift blame to Shine.
I don't know if he was present with that, but you know, I know he had been hanging around with him in London, in Paris, different places.
Diddy's own driver reportedly testified that J-Lo was the one who first named Shine as the shooter, planting the seed that would ultimately land him behind. It would mean J-Lo didn't just witness a crime, she actively participated in covering it up. The allegations don't stop there. Former Bad Boy security head Gene Deal recounted that Diddy once said he hated Shine, suggesting a possible motive for the betrayal. Meanwhile, others close to the 1999 case claimed that the trial itself was rigged. Witnesses were allegedly coached. Jurors might have been bribed.
I remember he did what he did to me, and then when it was time for Jennifer Lopez, she was there with a guy, and he was standing there looking disgusted, but didn't nobody save me. She stuck that glass in me, and after that, but my eyes were booked the whole time.
And J-Lo, once again, was deeply involved behind the scenes. According to reports, she and Diddy worked together to bury Shine and bury the truth. Then came the twist no one saw coming. Jaguar Wright, a whistleblower known for pulling back the curtain on music industry secrets, dropped a bombshell. She claimed J-Lo and Diddy got secretly married around the time of the shooting. Not out of love, but strategy. The motive? To legally shield J-Lo from testifying against Diddy in court. Under spousal privilege, a wife can be forced to incriminate her husband, and if Jaguar's claim is true, it would explain why J-Lo's hands remained clean while Shine's were cuffed. But now, those hands may be shaking. Cassie's testimony has reignited interest in Diddy's old crimes, and law enforcement sources told the New York Post that the 1999 case may be reopened as part of a broader federal probe into Diddy's actions. That means everything, every incident, every whisper, every sealed record could soon be dragged back into the light. And if J-Lo's name is on any of those files, she might be forced to answer questions she's been dodging for decades. In the meantime, J-Lo has gone missing from the spotlight. Once a regular on red carpets and Instagram reels, the global icon has become eerily silent. No appearances, no statements, no nothing. According to rumors swirling in industry circles, she may have even fled the country, seeking refuge in a place without an extradition treaty, just in case the subpoenas start flying and the hits keep coming. Cassie wasn't the only one pointing fingers. A woman named Misa recently shared her own horror story, alleging that she was abused during one of Diddy's infamous freak-off parties while J-Lo stood by and watched. She said she made eye contact with J-Lo, silently begging for help. But all she received in return was a blank stare. That silence, that lack of action, may now be haunting J-Lo in ways she never anticipated. Even J-Lo's ex-husband, Johnny Noah, chimed in with his own unsettling memories. He claimed J-Lo wasn't just a guest at Diddy's private parties. She was deeply involved, even aware of hidden cameras and S-tapes. He alleged that the woman who graced red carpets and award stages had a completely different side behind closed doors, one that knew all too well what went on at Diddy's gatherings. And then came the Ben Affleck twist. After rekindling their decades-old romance, J-Lo and Affleck appeared to be Hollywood's golden couple. Until they weren't. Suddenly, the happy public appearances stopped. Paparazzi shots of them together dried up. J-Lo started going solo on red carpets, and insiders say the relationship crumbled fast. Why? Some say the FBI showed Affleck footage of J-Lo at one of Diddy's parties. According to Suge Knight and other sources, that tape might have shown J-Lo in compromising circumstances, too damaging to overlook, too personal to forgive. Affleck, reportedly devastated, walked away. And the timing? Suspiciously close to when federal raids on Diddy's homes began. Social media erupted in speculation. Was J-Lo just another casualty in Diddy's crumbling empire, or was she a key player who's now watching it all collapse from a safe distance? For many, the answers lie in her silence. She hasn't come forward to deny the allegations. She hasn't defended herself or explained the increasingly alarming connections. And with Cassie's testimony dragging Diddy into deeper legal jeopardy, J-Lo's past is being picked apart piece by piece. If the 1999 shooting is reopened and her role is found to be more than just passive, the consequences could be severe. Conspiracy, obstruction, perjury. The potential charges are stacking up. And so the woman once celebrated for her rise from the Bronx to global stardom now finds herself linked to some of the darkest allegations in recent music industry history. With Cassie's revelations, Shine's long-standing claims, and ex-security guards telling their side of the story, it's becoming harder and harder for the public and possibly federal agents to look the other way. As the Petty Show host, concluded this isn't a rom-com anymore. It's starting to feel like a crime doc in real time. And if the walls really are closing in on Diddy, Jennifer Lopez might soon find that she's not standing on the outside looking in, but right in the middle of it all.